So this here is my heat shrink tube, and I've got it slid on there. So what I'm going to do is use my strippers. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to strip this to the length I want it. I'm going to slip my connector on there. I'm going to crimp it. After I get all that done, make sure your heat shrink tube's down far enough, and I'm going to solder this thing. So that right there is it. And after that cools off a second, I'll pull my heat shrink tube back up on here, and I'll take this little torch I have here. It's blue on the inside now. See how hot this is here. Still a little bit warm, but we can do this. So that's on there like that. Shrink this down. And we're done. Now it's completely sealed from all the elements. Weather, corrosion, loose terminals. This thing will never come off in a million years now unless you cut it off. So that's going to go down the starter. With these two wires hooked up, this truck will start, but we're going to have to make that alternator work, and we're going to have to make that temperature gauge and all that good stuff work in the truck as well. Well, this thing should start with a key now. Good to go. To get this alternator to charge, let me show you what I got to do here. I did pull out my book. I've got a schematic book up there. Anyway, I pulled out the schematic book and did some researching before I just started hooking wires up and burn up a good alternator and stuff, or melt wires down. So what I'm going to do is take this blue one here to ground. This green one's going to be a key hot, and then the only wire left coming out of the alternator is this big cable right here, and that's going to be the one that charges the batteries. This here is a one wire hookup for an oil sending unit, and on the temperature gauge it's a one wire hookup, and on the Cummins here the oil sending unit is a two wire hookup. So that's the oil sending unit there. Is what I'm going to do is I'm going to do away with this oil sending unit here and run the Chevrolet 6.2 diesel oil sending unit so I can have a one wire hookup. I got the wiring harness completely done now. The alternator is all wired in. The water and fuel, temperature, oil pressure, and low coolant light, the whole 9 yards. Got it all ran nice, neat and everything. There's my heater hoses. And then somebody asked me yesterday if the brakes and the power steering works, and everything works fine. Since I added this extra return line to the power steering pump, like I said, all I did is pull that housing off and add a second return line into the side of the housing. Tomorrow I'm going to get in here and start on throttle linkages. I'm not exactly for sure how I'm going to go about that yet, but I got a pretty good idea. So everything's coming together real nice. I just like a little bit more, and this thing's going to be on the road. I got to get that down pipe. I'm probably going to make my own down pipe for the turbo and the exhaust. And I've still got the cross member for the transfer case, and then drive shafts. And I'm going to get this thing painted. I'm going to get this body work probably started here in the next couple of days and get this thing in paint. So this is what it's looking like. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. We'll see you later. Bye.